What could make a hero challenge death itself for the sake of a friend? Hercules, the mighty demigod, had already conquered his 12 labors. His name echoed across Greece as a symbol of strength and courage. But in the land of Thessaly, a new challenge awaited him. Hercules arrived in the kingdom of Pherae, ruled by King Admetus. Admetus was known for his kindness and hospitality to all who visited. Years ago, he had welcomed Hercules during one of his labors. Hercules remembered Admetus's generosity and considered him a true friend. But when Hercules arrived, the palace was cloaked in sorrow. Admetus greeted him with a heavy heart, his eyes red from weeping. Hercules asked why the king was so distraught. Admetus explained that his beloved wife, Alcestis, had just passed away. Alcestis was a woman of grace, loved by all for her gentle spirit. She and Admetus had shared a deep and unbreakable love. But the gods had decreed that Admetus must die young. Apollo, who favored Admetus, had intervened on his behalf. The god convinced the fates to spare Admetus' life on one condition. Someone else had to willingly take his place in death. Admetus searched for a volunteer, but no one stepped forward. Not his aging parents, nor his loyal subjects would make the sacrifice. Only Alcestis, his devoted wife, offered to die in his place. She told Admetus she could not bear to live without him. Though her heart trembled at the thought of death, her love for Admetus gave her the strength to face it. Alcestis bid farewell to her children, her voice trembling with love. She lay down on her bed, closing her eyes as her life faded away. Thanatos, the god of death, came to take her soul to the underworld. Admetus watched helplessly, his heart breaking with every moment. Hercules listened to the story, his own heart stirred by grief. He thought of his own losses, the pain of losing his family. Hercules decided he could not let his friend suffer such a fate. He vowed to bring Alcestis back from the clutches of death. Hercules asked Admetus where Thanatos had taken Alcestis. Admetus pointed to the sacred grove where the ritual had taken place. Hercules journeyed to the grove, his steps firm with determination. The air grew cold as he approached the entrance to the underworld, where the river Styx shimmered like liquid obsidian, and ghostly whispers filled the silence. Shadows whispered around him, the spirits of the dead watching. Hercules called out to Thanatos, demanding he release Alcestis. Thanatos appeared, his dark cloak billowing like a storm cloud. The god of death laughed, his voice chilling the air around them. He told Hercules that no mortal could defy the will of the fates. Thanatos' voice was cold as the grave, for he believed that defying fate would unravel the order of the cosmos. Hercules stood tall, his eyes burning with resolve. He spoke of Alcestis' sacrifice, her love for Admetus. Hercules argued that such love deserved to be honored, not torn apart. Thanatos remained unmoved, his grip on Alcestis' soul unyielding. Hercules, undeterred, challenged Thanatos to a test of strength. The god of death, intrigued, agreed to the challenge. Hercules grabbed Thanatos, his hands steady as iron. The two struggled, the ground trembling beneath their power. For a moment, Thanatos' icy grip tightened, and Hercules felt his strength waver, but the thought of Admetus' broken heart fueled his resolve. Hercules' strength, born of his divine blood, began to overpower Thanatos. The god of death, unable to break free, finally relented. Thanatos released Alcestis' soul, his dark form fading into the shadows. Hercules saw Alcestis' spirit glowing softly in the dim light. He gently guided her back to the world of the living. Alcestis opened her eyes, her breath returning in a soft gasp. Hercules led her out of the grove, the air warming with each step. They returned to the palace, where Admetus waited in despair. Admetus saw Alcestis and ran to her, his tears turning to joy. He embraced her, their children joining in the reunion. Alcestis whispered, "I thought I'd never see the sun again." And Hercules replied, "No love as true as yours should ever be lost." Hercules watched the family, a quiet smile on his lips. Admetus turned to Hercules, his voice filled with gratitude. He called Hercules a true friend, a hero beyond measure. Hercules nodded, his heart warmed by their happiness. He bid farewell to the family, his mission complete. Hercules walked away from Pherae, the sun setting behind him. The palace glowed with light, filled with laughter once more. Alcestis held Admetus' hand, her eyes shining with love. In the sky, a golden star flickered, as if the gods were watching. Hercules glanced at the star, feeling a sense of peace. He continued his journey, ready for whatever lay ahead. For Hercules knew that true heroism was not just in conquering monsters, but in fighting for the bonds that make life worth living. Join us on Heroic Myths for more tales of courage and sacrifice.